Hello, my friends. Another day, another watch, another video, and another one sent in by our friends at Wishdoit Watches. Can you see that? Probably not. There we go. Wishdoit Watches. Yeah, I already unboxed this one to get it out of the plastic and everything. It actually comes in this box, which is much nicer than the last one we looked at. But this thing was a pain in the butt to get off, so not putting it back on. Thank you to Wishdoit Watches for sending this one in. I do not have to send it back. They do not get to watch this video before it's published. They have zero input as to my opinions or what I say in this video, and no additional money changed hands. Just a watch that we get to look at. So why don't we do that? It's a bit of a different one. Last time was kind of a traditional diver, Seiko NH35, and despite Wishdoit being the inspiration behind one of the worst dad jokes I've told in quite some time. Maybe two friends were talking one day and said, "Hey, you want to start making watches?" And one of them just said, "We should do it." And despite that last video doing pretty darn well, this one is a much different watch for a much different crowd, I think. But it still ticks quite a few boxes in quite a few ways. So let's get this thing open and take a closer look. Just before we get into this box, inside the sleeve and beside the box was this piece of paper. When I opened it up, it's just a little guide showing you everything that this watch is about and how to use it, because it's semi-complicated. There's a bunch of subdials, and you know we're looking at a busy dial here. This is a Richard Mille inspired watch, one of many that are on the market these days. But I think this thing does a lot of cool things at the price point. Once we get into this much nicer inner box than the kind of a chintzy box that we looked at this diver last time from them, right? And this one came in a cheap box that made me want to throw it away as soon as I touched it. This is a little bit nicer, but the inside contain the same type of things. So we have our warranty card, which I'm going to keep commending them for this, because 5-year warranty from a small brand like this is pretty impressive. A little bit easier to do on this watch because it is quartz. However, it's doing a bunch of cool things, and I think it's worth going quartz for what you get for this price point. If you have a bugaboo about quartz and you just hate everything quartz, then honestly, I feel sorry that you are early enough on in your watch journey that you can't appreciate everything that a nice quartz watch offers. We got a nice little cleaning cloth here. Thank you for this. We'll set that aside because who knows, we might use it. And here we are. There's the watch. And it's upside down because I flubbed it. Take two. There we are. This is the Wishdoit GT 2.0. They had the GT version available. I don't know how long it was available for, but it has been available for a bit. This is the 2.0 version. They've switched up the movement. There's an extra subdial at the 12 o'clock position. We're going to go over all of that stuff. This is a pretty nice, they say it's a FKM rubber strap. I don't see any reason to believe that it's not. It feels really nice, very supple, and it's probably going to be a quite comfortable wear. I like that the tonneau-shaped Richard Mille style case kind of, I guess it's meant to like curve around your wrist a little bit. The case doesn't curve that much, but there is a little curvature towards where traditional lugs would be. But this is a rather large watch. Person like me, 8-inch wrist, that's going to be just fine. Somebody like you, I don't know what size your wrist is. So is this going to be okay for you? I'm not sure. Tons of wrist presence here. Let's go ahead and do some specs. Doopy-doo-doo-doopy-doop-doop-bow. We have a case diameter of 42 millimeters, a what would be lug to lug, but is really just a case length measurement of 50 millimeters. I mean, no actual lugs on this thing, right? A case thickness of 14.8 millimeters, so it is thick, and it's not really going to fit under a cuff anytime soon, but it's not egregious like a bunch of the big G-Shocks and stuff that you see are. It comes in at a weight of 106 grams, which is Really nice feeling on the wrist. The case is made of 316L stainless steel, so you're getting some of the good stuff. We have a sapphire-coated mineral crystal. Not a sapphire crystal, but sapphire-coated, so it's going to be a bit more durable than your standard mineral crystal. 50 meters water resistant. Again, there is no lug width here because it's all integrated. Strap, case, everything. That strap is made of FKM rubber and feels fantastic. The model or reference number here is 9972. The movement inside is a Seiko VD56 quartz, which obviously doesn't have a power reserve rating because it's battery powered, but it does have a stated accuracy of plus or minus 15 seconds per month, not per day. We're in quartz territory, people. 15 seconds per month. So our accuracy is well under 1 second per day, and that's just convenient. Okay, let's go over the features here because we got a lot of stuff going on. This Seiko VD56 quartz movement is actually pretty cool. It gives you a whole bunch of stuff. So let's start at 12 o'clock here. At 12 o'clock, that is the chronograph register that reads tenths of seconds. So when we start the chronograph, that goes wild. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but the tip of that subdial hand at 12 o'clock there is blue. You can see the tip of the running seconds hand. That's not chronograph seconds. The big one in the middle there, it is running seconds. Because at 6 o'clock, that red tipped hand is chronograph seconds. So we got chronograph tenth of a seconds at 12. We got chronograph whole seconds at 6. At 3 o'clock, it's a 24-hour register. So just kind of a day-night indicator that runs along with the time. And then at 9 o'clock, the orange-tipped hand there at 9 o'clock is giving us our chronograph minutes. So it's a 60-minute chronograph counter there. And when we activate the chronograph, you'll be able to see all this stuff kind of start to work. And there it goes. You can see tenth of a seconds being counted up at 12, full seconds being counted down at 6, and then minutes will be counted at 9 o'clock. That 24-hour hand at 3 is, I don't know, I guess it's just there to give you another subdial. I've never understood I understand the concept of a 24-hour hand. I've just never understood it in practical use, but that's just me. We got a bit of a busy dial underneath and in between all of those subdials. You can kind of see a little, I don't know if we're mimicking a carbon fiber pattern there, but it's kind of a geometric dimensional pattern. All of our Arabic numerals and hour markers are loomed. That's BGW9, so we should get a nice blue glow from that. And this is obviously a Richard Mille inspired watch. Specifically, it's inspired by the RM11. Let's talk about that really quick because that thing is a thing. Oh, the other thing I should mention here is that tenth of a second counter there, it only runs for a minute, but it's still keeping tenths of seconds in the background. So it's going to stop running after a minute, but if we now stop our chronograph, it will display the tenths of a seconds that we actually stopped on. And then, of course, down here we have our reset button to get everything back to normal. And there we are. We are all reset and counting. Okay. Now let's talk about the Richard Mille that I believe heavily inspired this watch. So the RM11, clear inspiration, right? Obviously that one has 3 subdials, not 4. That one has a cool looking date window in between the pinion and the 12 o'clock indicator there. But while it is not the same, you can see heavy inspiration in design. The Richard Mille is titanium. This one is steel. That one's mechanical. This one's obviously not. That one is super limited. This one is readily available. That watch is $150,000 US dollars. This watch is $199 US dollars on Amazon. And as I record this, there's a 15% coupon on Amazon,
which is going to drop the price down to $169. It's about 1/1000th the price of Richard Mille. So needless to say, this is nothing that's going to be stealing sales from Richard Mille anytime soon. That other watch is not available anymore also. So you got to go on the pre-owned market. I'm pulling this information from a listing I'm looking at on Chrono24 right now. Also, I do have to mention the price on this because this is a direct from Amazon shipped product. Wishdoit is allowing Amazon to stock these. So here in the United States, you get 2-day shipping, and that's really cool. However, if you don't mind purchasing from AliExpress, this is now listed for $91 on AliExpress. So I know there's a lot of logistics and a lot of things that have to happen in order to partner with Amazon in that way. It probably increases the price point because Amazon is keeping a lot of that price point. So $169 with that coupon included on Amazon, $199 normally, and with the current prices on AliExpress, you're looking at under $100, $91. So you could essentially buy 1,650 something of these for the price of that one Richard Mille. Not that you would ever want to, but you could if you had the scratch. The case finishing is decent on this. I'm not going to say it's nice. It's a little different. Like that looks like more of a bead blasted panel. Kind of a bead blasted. There's a sheen to it. I guess that's more of a semi-gloss if we're talking in paint terms, right? And then we got some accentuating brushing, interesting case shapes. These edges are a little bit sharp. I'm not saying like unfinished and like cut your finger sharp. That's just the style of the watch. This is a more aggressive race-inspired style, as we see from the case back, which is actually a pretty cool laser etching of a race car with the Wishdoit branding, Japan movement. We got a serial number, 50 meters water resistant. That actually is the same as the Richard Mille that this is inspired by. That's also 50 meters water resistant. This is quartz, not mechanical. I'd say like wash your hands in this thing. You'll be fine. Don't wear it in the shower. Don't go swimming. Don't submerge it. I wouldn't trust it that way, especially because it's just a push-pull crown, not a screw-down crown. But if this is the type of look that you like, this is a way to kind of get it on your wrist and see what it looks like without having to pay the piper. And even some other Richard Mille inspired watches out there, from certain brands. I think A.G. Loster is one of them. I'm not sure exactly what the names of all of them are. Obviously, I'm no savant. I don't remember everything, but there are a lot of similar tonneau case shaped watches with. I do have to point out this nicely curved crystal because that crystal is curved with the watch, which is nice. Sapphire coated mineral, so it should get the job done. But those other watches they're asking for anywhere between $500 and $2,000 US. So from a value proposition perspective, if you're just looking for the look and you like some complications, you like having a chronograph, you don't care about having a mechanical movement in this one because it's just a kind of a fun weekend watch or an every once in a while wear, I wouldn't see this being an everyday type of thing for anybody. But for $91 on AliExpress or $170 to $200 on Amazon, this is a pretty cool value proposition. I like this. If you like the look, but a Richard Mille is going to be forever out of your price range because you're a mortal like I am, then this is pretty cool. This isn't necessarily my style. I don't see myself grabbing this often to put it on my wrist, but you could. And it's a really cool way to get into something like this. Obviously, links are all down in the description for this stuff. The links in the description are affiliate links, by the way. They're not affiliate links provided by Wishdoit. They're affiliate links provided by Amazon and AliExpress. If you use those, I'd really appreciate it. It supports the channel. I've been funding all of this with my own money, and that allows us to get a tiny sliver of it back so we can just buy more watches to look at on the channel. Let's get this thing on wrist so we can see how it looks. And here we are on my 8-inch wrist. This actually looks a whole heck of a lot better than I could have expected. For a casually dressed day, not trying to slip it under a cuff, this is cool. I mean, do I give this away to somebody? Or do I make it my new beach watch? I'm not exactly sure. But I can't say I'm hating this. It's extremely comfortable. This FKM rubber strap is fantastic. We got a signed pin buckle down here too. Good on him for that. As expected with my 8-inch wrist, I am on the third to last strap hole, which means this keeper is basically completely useless. And if I keep this watch, that keeper will be going away. But until then, it'll just stay there. The one thing that I can say that I wish that Wishdoit would do for us on this is, because this is available in a bunch of different colorways, but a lot of the colorways are the same case finish with a different color strap. I wish they would make those straps available, because I would love to be able to strap swap on this. I mean, just based on the hand colors, we have blue at 12 o'clock, yellow at 3, orange at 6. I'm sorry, red at 6 and orange at 9. And then we have a red tipped second hand. I could see very easily snagging a blue, a yellow, a red, and an orange strap, and maybe a black, and having this white. Maybe you toss in a gray, and you can wear this watch every day of the week and have it never look the same twice. And I think that would be really cool. Kind of a quick change, quick adjustment, different color strap setup. Maybe just sell them as a kit, price it reasonably, offer it as an upgrade. I think a lot of people who would be in the market for this watch would really like to swap around and have some things to play with like that. All right. That's all. That's the main suggestion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Lume, see how that looks, and then jump into some final thoughts. And here we are with a real world Lume shot from the full sun into the dimly, darkly lit garage/studio, and I was fooled. I thought this was BGW9, but I'm pretty sure that's blue. This is obviously glowing green, so maybe it's like a C3 Superluminova. Either way, it's average Lume. It doesn't seem like it's going to last very long, but it'll get the job done for a little while. So my final thoughts is that there's not much else to say about this. It's exactly what it says it is. It doesn't say it, but it's saying it with the design. It's a Richard Mille inspired fun watch for not a whole lot of money. And if you're looking for something like this, then you probably already clicked on the links below to go purchase it. Again, affiliate links, use them. It helps. Thank you. However, if you're not in the market for something like this, then you're not watching this video anymore. Right? It's exactly what it says it is, and it's exactly what you would expect. And I think you get a little bit more than what you pay for. At the $199 or with the coupon $169 price from Amazon, I think you're getting a little bit more than what you're paying for. That FKM rubber strap is just so comfortable and beautiful, and I really do prefer the FKM rubber to silicone. So thank you for using FKM rubber, not silicone. And it wears extremely comfortably. And it looks good from a distance. If you're buying this to, get one over on somebody and hope that they think you're actually wearing a Richard Mille, then personally, I think you're buying a watch for the wrong reasons. We should be doing this for us, for our own enjoyment, not necessarily for what other people are going to think about the watches that we have on our wrist. But that's just one dude's opinion. Like, you do you, right? Like, we all have our own reasons for this stuff. And I know that fashion plays into it. I know that appreciation of watchmaking plays into it. I know that knowing the inner workings and really nerding out on stuff and opening up new conversations with people that we've not met before because things are intriguing and interesting. Like, there's a lot of great things that come from this hobby. And if this thing looking cool on your wrist is going to bring you a little bit of joy, or you think it's going to impress somebody and that means something to you, then pick this thing up. Because again, at the Amazon pricing, you're getting a bit more than what you're paying for here. It's a high quality piece, I gotta say. In the grand scheme of things, it's a very well-made piece. If you're getting it at the AliExpress price of $91, I think it's a no-brainer. You're getting a whole lot more than what you're paying for. And at that price, it's even worth picking up one of these to see if you like the form factor, fit, finish, feel on your wrist of a watch like this before pulling the trigger on one of those, $500 to $800 or $2,000 versions in the same style from a different brand that doesn't sell for six figures. So that's it. Like not a whole lot more to say about this. It is what it is, and it does what it does very well. If you like it, again, links down in the description. If you like things like this and you want to see more of them, toss a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. We're gaining some steam, and I want to keep that steam a-rolling. You, yes, you, have a phenomenal rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.